What's up guys, Matt here coming at you with another quick video. Today, finally going to get this Injora motor installed. I'm very interested in seeing how this motor does compared to some of the other 050 motors. So I have the Mofo RC in one of my rigs. I have the Barrage in another one, stock motor in one. And so we're just going to kind of run them all and test this thing against it. I'm kind of curious. This has a sticker like all the way around it. And I know a lot of people said that, you know, you can pull the sticker off of the stock motor and it helps with heat and that sort of thing. So we'll definitely try to check some motor temps. You know, not going to be running in the same exact truck because I'm not going to swap the motor out 15 different times. But we will get this installed on this truck and then kind of do a little comparison and how it feels compared to the others. Really excited that Injora was willing to send me this to check out. And then I also have these wheel weights that we're going to be testing these in lots of different wheels to figure out what all they fit and what they don't. So we'll get to that too. So we're saying goodbye to the dig rig. Here is the dual motor setup that was in it. The skid with the dual motors and the dual ESCs and all that. It's just all, I taped it up and tossed it to the side. This thing just kind of becomes something I wasn't really using much, and I wanted to do something different so that I would get back to enjoying it. So got to change it up every now and then. So it's the donor truck for this one, and we're going to get started with this, and then we will do some running, a little bit of comparison, and just kind of my thoughts on it. So let me get this installed and we'll check it out. One thing I will point out that I like about this better than the Barrage so far is if you can see those little lines right there on the motor shaft. It makes the pinion fit really tight. So it's a little bit harder to get on, but I don't see this one slipping like the Barrage. You can see there I got a little bit of glue on that gear. I think you can see that on that pinion from where I had to glue that thing on, because with the Barrage they're just very loose, so you have to kind of glue the pinion. So this thing had to do a little pushing. I just used my wheel nut wrench here and got it started and pushed and then slid it on, and I put it on backwards just because I kind of liked how it lined up better that way. And it gave me this flat side to push against instead of pushing on the teeth. So worked out pretty good for me, and seems like it's pretty smooth. So just wanted to show you that's one thing I do like already better than the Barrage, we would say. So just a quick update. One other thing is this does come with a nice pretty motor plate. I'm not using it just because I already had this one drilled out for a Barrage or this style motor, which mounts opposite of where your stock motor mounts. So your stock motor mounts in the hole here and over here, and then I'd already drilled this for this style motor. So I'm just using this plate so I don't have to change all of that out. All right guys, so we got the motor installed. You can see it there. Got it, just everything kind of tossed in there. Not sure I'm going to leave this TGU ESC in here. We may have something new we're going to be checking out pretty soon. Super excited about that. So not sure we're going to leave that in there, but we got it hooked up to the FlySky Noble with the rear steer on this thumb dial. So that's pretty cool. And we're going to check the motor temp real quick before we do any running. So around 67. Best I can tell, 67 pretty much. So let's run it a little bit, see how it does, and then we will check our motor temps again after we make a couple rounds around the course. So I tried to run both of these trucks, you know, pretty much the same path, and tried to do a little bit of a slow crawl and, you know, a couple things where I really had to kind of hammer on it and get a little more wheel speed to carry them over, you know, a couple of the obstacles. And then that way, it was pretty much the same little run that they made. And honestly, not much difference between the two motors. The ESC on this truck here with the Injora motor is a T2 that I had paired with a brushless setup. It's honestly one of my first test units. It's getting a little short in the battery connection, and sometimes it just shuts off on me. But I just pulled that thing a long time ago, and it's just kind of been sitting. I didn't really do anything to dial it in for the brushed motor. So I feel like I could get a little bit better slow crawl even if I took the time and, you know, changed the settings a little bit and dialed it in. Whereas with my hard body Toyota, you'll see here shortly, I've really got that thing dialed in how I like it. So it seemed like the slow crawl was a tiny bit better with it, but I don't think it was anything to do with the motor. So I believe this motor, I've seen it priced on the Injora website for like $8 to $12, $13, something like that. Then I'm sure there's a little bit of shipping. So, you know, $15 to $20 would be my guess on the price for this thing. And then I think the Mofo motor is around probably the same, maybe 25. I'd have to double check that as well. And then another 050 motor that I really like is the Ox motor, and that thing's back available now on eBay, I know, and it's around 25. I really like it, the wheel speed to it. It seems to have a good mix with the punch and overall speed I get out of that thing. Honestly, it feels like it may be my favorite 050 motor at the moment, but it does run a little bit hot. So I don't feel like it's an issue with the truck that it's in, but I haven't been able to figure out, you know, why it gets hot like it does. It's not anything that really stops my runs or anything, but when I get done with, you know, a good probably 10-minute run like I'm doing here, that thing is hot. So that's one thing to consider between all of these. And, you know, really, they're all around the same motor. And so it's good to just have another mix, I guess, to throw in there, especially with the way these things come in and out of stock. Sometimes it's hard to get one. You can pick up the other and be just as well off. So it's really good that, you know, Injora is offering another motor for us to pick up when we need it, and all of these other little things that they keep putting out. They're doing a really good job at trying to bring a lot of stuff like wheels and weights and motors and stuff at a really good price. So I'm all for what they're trying to do. So this Injora motor is available on Amazon for $15 with Prime shipping. So that's awesome. If you need it in a hurry, your motor burned out, you're trying to get one for the weekend, whatever. That's a really good thing about a lot of the Injora stuff. I've been able to pick it up off of Amazon and get it quick. You know, they got some really nice looking wheels. I've got 2 or 3 sets of the Beadlocks. I love them. And the little mini hyrax tires, they've been great. They're a little firm to begin with, but once they break in a little bit, really good tire, and you cannot beat them for the price. So that's another plus for this Injora stuff. You know, I don't have a hobby shop near me, so nowhere within an hour. So I have to rely on ordering online a lot. And A-Main, I always get my stuff from them within 3 days. Amazon around the same. So that's a plus that it's on Amazon. So, you know, I'll have a link in the description for this motor and some of the other Injora stuff that I really like and I've picked up off of Amazon as well. So I tried to get in, like I said, some slow crawling in this run, and, you know, a little bit of stuff where I had to use some wheel speed as well just to get a kind of average. I didn't put the full 10-minute run on here just because I didn't think everybody wanted to watch my 10-minute run here. But just a couple, you know, shots kind of showing what I put it through. And overall, it did really well. I like this motor. Definitely a great choice. If I need a motor quick, I'll hit Amazon and pick one up for sure. When finished with this run, the motor was sitting at about 81.457, 82. It bounced around, so I would say about 82. And so not bad. It didn't even feel warm to the touch, so no issues with the heat. The Mofo 050 motor did stay a little bit cooler. It started out at the same temp as this one, I think around 69, somewhere in there. And it ended up right around 78, I believe it was. So, 3 or 4 degrees cooler probably. But this truck is running the Mudslingers, which are a little bit bigger, and but a little bit less weight on this truck as well. So fairly even balanced. The Mofo motor did stay a little cooler, probably partially due to that sticker. Like I said, you could pull the sticker off of this motor and probably drop a degree or two, honestly. So I would probably just do that as I go to install it. Just take that off. It's on there to kind of label the motor, but we don't need it once we get it. We know what it is. So I would just pull that off when you do the install, and this motor is a very good option. So overall, this Injora motor is a great fit for this truck. This thing's always lacked the wheel speed with those little N20 motors in it. Set up as the dig rig, it just didn't have the wheel speed. So it's nice to throw this motor in there and have that with the tube chassis. So you'll see here I switched to the Mofo build and absolutely love this thing. Can't get enough of it. At this point, if I'm building a truck on rails, I'm putting the ugly AF chassis on it, and that's just it. I love how everything goes in it, mounts up so smooth, and it's just a clean, good looking chassis, and it's a solid performer. So I'm loving this little truck. I did run basically the exact same run with this truck, just to double check the motor temps with it, and overall this motor stayed a little bit cooler, like I said, than the Injora motor, but basically the same performance. There's not like there's a big gap there. So honestly, it's a personal preference what you want to go with between these two. I didn't toss the aux or the barrage in on this video just because it was getting long enough, and really they're all very, very similar. The barrage I would probably put towards the bottom of that list, honestly. The aux motor I really like. It seems like I've got a lot of punch, a lot of torque out of that thing, but it does run hot. And then the Mofo motor, can't go wrong with it. It's been super smooth, remains cool, and plenty of torque and wheel speed with it. So really just kind of compared the two because they're almost all the same, to be honest with you. All right, so there you have it. You've seen them both running. Like I said, pretty even between the two. I did have just a little bit of a dead zone, more of a dead zone at the beginning of the trigger, my throttle, with this setup. But I honestly believe that's completely with the ESC setup. I didn't calibrate the throttle, any of that. Basically threw it in there, swapped it to brush, and ran it. So I think these are pretty well a dead comparison, and it just really comes down to personal preference or availability, honestly. So can't go wrong with either one. As far as the Injora stuff, they do have a lot of cool stuff they're offering. You can see I got another set of these tires here. I really like these. They're the little mini hyrax clones, everybody's calling them. Kind of look like a hyrax, and for the price, hard to beat these tires. So definitely may want to check those out. And I wanted to talk about these weights that they're offering also. I loved that these were like the black brass Only problem is I checked these, and the only wheels they really fit are the stock wheels. So bit of a bummer there. Pretty good fit in there, but that's it. They didn't fit. They don't even fit these Injora wheels. So maybe they have a different size. They just tossed those in and threw them extra to me. So maybe they have some different sizes or something, but I haven't been able to get them to fit in anything else. They don't fit these Treal wheels. And so I don't know. A little bit bummed out about that, but maybe somebody needs some weights for stock wheels, and they're a great option. So lots of stuff coming from Injora. Really cool just having, you know, all the options that we have now. The Scx24 has so many options, whereas a year and a half ago there was nothing. I have some new tires coming today from Rc4wd Drive. Definitely want to hit the bell and make sure you're subscribed, because a couple new sets of tires, actually 3 new sets for me. One is not really new, but I haven't owned the set, so I'm going to check those out, test them out a little bit. New stuff coming from Fury Tech as well, so definitely excited about that. Cannot wait to get that in, and just a lot of stuff coming up. So I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget the A-Main Amazon links. I'll post them up in the description, and you guys let me know if you need anything. I appreciate everybody. Peace.